You've probably noticed that I haven't had too many videos up lately, like the last month or so. And the reason for that is because I've been spending all of my time here. What you see behind me is my parents' house. My parents built this house back in 1995, and I lived here from the time I was 10 up until the ripe age of 24 when I finally moved out and got my own apartment with Cody. And if you're not familiar with the backstory, at least from this year, my dad passed away back in March. And my mom is disabled and was unable to live here by herself, so she's in a personal care home right now. So I was left with the decision as to whether to sell this house or whether to rent it. And I'm a financial person, so I thought about the pros and cons of each of those things. And I thought, you know, selling it, I would basically get cash right now, but that'd be the end of it. But with renting, I would basically pay the mortgage down, and after that, there would be monthly income that would be coming in each month. And then I thought this might be a nice place to give to Clark someday, because as you can see, it's a fairly nice place. So my next step after that was I called a property management company in the area here, and I had them come out just to get an idea of what I could rent this house out for. And the girl came out and she was super nice, and she said that she estimates that I could get about $1,400 a month to rent this. And I said, okay, that's all well and good, but what kind of work is going to need done to really get it to that point? And she said, well, basically the house inside is all pretty nice. You're just going to need to do painting and a couple little small things here and there. And she said, I have a contractor that can help me out with that, and she ended up getting me a quote, and it was going to be $6,000 just to paint the house. And I was like, you know what, that is craziness. I'll go buy my own paint and I'll paint. I can do that. I don't need to pay someone. The labor rate was $45 an hour, and I was like, I don't need to be paying that. I can do the painting myself. So I started doing that, and that's pretty much where I haven't been making any videos, because I've been spending a lot of time over here painting. And one night on my way home, I came up with this crazy idea, which, you know, really isn't that crazy, but it seemed like a really good plan to me. And that was to sell our house, the one that we live at now, the one that you've been seeing in the videos the last 4 years, the namesake of the channel and everything, and move into this place. And I think, you know, there's a lot of reasons for that, which I think it'll make a lot more sense if I give you a tour here, which I'm going to do next, and then I'll show you the financials, and it'll really make sense after that. So let's go on a tour, and I'll show you in the process the house as it stands right now, and I'll show you pictures of all the work that I've done, because I really haven't done any kind of video or anything of it, because I just thought that would be really boring to watch me paint walls and spackle. So let's go in and I'll show you all this stuff. Even though our house and this house has similar market values, this house has some amenities that our house doesn't have, which really wins it over for me. And the first one's right here. 2-car garage, single door, which is attached to the house. Here we are in the garage. As I mentioned, it's a 2-car garage, so there's enough room for Cody and my vehicle. Don't mind all this stuff on the floor over here. This is stuff that I'm saving for my mom for her to get her own apartment, which is what she's working towards. As you can see, it's a pretty spacious garage. Unfortunately, the house is oil heat, which can get a little expensive, and that's the oil tank over there. The good news is my dad just put a brand new furnace in. This is brand new as of this year, so this should last for a long time. And very spacious in here. This wall, my dad painted like a yellow color. This was the color of the dining room. I'm going to probably be painting that white again. I'm not a huge fan of that color. Got some storage over here. I'll probably be filling this place up because there's no pole barn with this property, unfortunately. So I'll probably be putting like the mower and stuff over there. The good news is, if you come out here, that's a trailer that has some stuff that's going. There is a nice little shed out here, so I'll be using that to its fullest capabilities. Now we'll go inside here. Hope you don't mind a nice long tour, because that's what this is going to be. This is the family room, and this was an area that I lived in probably from the time that I was like 20 up until I moved out of here. This is like an awesome space down here, and there is a ton of area. This is where I spent like the first week of my work over here. I did 2 coats. The walls were like a blue. I don't have anything documented of it, but the walls were like this crazy blue color that I did. I initially did this in a neon green color when I first moved down here. My parents were okay with that. Turn some lights on in here. But now it's a nice white. This is actually blizzard fog, and it's more of like it's just like an off-white kind of gray. The lighting really doesn't do any justice on this camera. But if I stand back, you can see just how big of an area this is. And there's even a space over here. This takes up the whole area under the house. And this is going to be my studio. As I mentioned before, I have like a side project, online business / YouTube thing that I'm working on, and this is going to be a lot of space for me to work on that. So I'm going to have my editing stuff down here. I'm going to have all of my workshops and everything that I need, and this is just going to be huge down here, which is awesome. There has like a little cubby hole under here where you can put storage and stuff. Right now there's a dog crate in there. And then over here, this is a half bathroom, which I'm planning to probably just take this out. And you can see there's a toilet and a sink down here. You need a flush-up pump for this to work, so right now this bathroom's non-functional. So I was thinking about taking this out and the medicine cabinet there as well. And then this will be essentially just a big storage closet. I'm going to be putting racks and stuff in here. So that's my plan for this. And then out here, my plan is to put some tan carpeting in. I did gray initially when I moved in here. So I think tan carpeting with these white walls look great. But this is a big area down here. Again, I don't have any pictures of this, so you'll just have to take my word for it. The walls were blue before, and now they're white. Now moving into the area that I have done work in. Let me turn the light on out here. This is like the foyer area. And I wish I could get the light balance on this because it's looking a lot more yellow on the camera than it is. I did all the painting here. Cody and I both did it. You can see that there's still tape up there. See the green tape? That's the painter's tape. But we painted this all up. And the color is Woodrow Wilson Presidential White. And I think if I come up here, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Next, we move over from the foyer into the living room area. Again, these walls aren't showing up very great because of all the backlighting that's coming from that window, but it is very bright in here. And these walls are also the Woodrow Wilson Presidential White. And before, they were kind of a dark red, maroon color with border up at the top, so we got rid of all that, and I did a lot of patchwork to get that taken care of. I think I still need another coat out here on this. We put 2 coats on, but it looks pretty decent. And then I'll take you into the other main area here. This is the dining room. So you can see there's already a light hanging down there, and then the table will go there. Again, this is the same colored walls as what's over there in all the other rooms. And then we move on to the kitchen, which I'll give you a little bit of light here. These walls are going to be the same color. We're going to be redoing these countertops. These countertops are sort of like they're sort of like almost like a pink color. So I'm kind of planning to take those out and probably replace the appliances, because we do have really nice appliances over at our place. These ones are a little older, but the walls out here just have 1 coat on them, and I'll show you the progress that I made out here as well, so you can see how this looked before. This was a dark green color again with the border on there, but this is how it looks right now. And again, this is heavily under construction right now. Everything's pretty much moved. Next, off to the kitchen, we move into the utility room, which I'll turn the light on out here. You can see these walls are still the original color. There was border out here as well, which I took down, and I did a lot of spackling. This room's just on the very start. I need to prime this out here. We have a light yellow color picked out for this out here, so it's going to really brighten up. But the nice thing is you got a washer and dryer that's on the same floor. Ours is currently in the basement, so that's another one of those amenities that I was talking about. And that all just kind of flows together, and it's a really nice space out here. Next, I'll take you into the bedroom. This is the master bedroom. When we were planning to rent this out, we started painting everything Woodrow Wilson, but this is going to be a light blue color. If you look at the pictures that I'll show you before this room was sort of like a pinkish red, and then there was a border, and I took that all down. This was a lot of work to do in here. I think this might have had wallpaper before. But you can get a good look at the color. I think it's showing up pretty well out here. It's just this really nice, warm, whitish kind of tan. And it is freaking hot in here. 87 degrees right now. I'll show you the closet. So my mom's stuff's still in here. I need to get that all taken care of. But walk-in closet, fairly big. I have some other things that belong to her down there. And then here's the pictures of this before I did anything. Next we move from the master bedroom into the master bath, which is attached. We painted this the same color, Woodrow Wilson Presidential White. This is a full bath. You have the shower stall over here. It's got a sink, again with the same countertops, which we're going to be replacing. You can see just how off the lighting is in here. I'm just kind of giving you an example here. I'm not going to mess with it too much. Then we got the toilet there. The floor in here, we're going to leave as it is. It's really nice. My dad put this down. The rest of the carpeting in the house, we're thinking about removing all this carpeting, and we were going to put that laminate wood flooring in. I think that would look really nice, and I was going to do that throughout the entire house up here. I thought that'd look really slick, but we're going to get that all priced out and see what we're going to do there. We're basically going to have it go all the way through all the rooms, and then probably down the stairs here. You can see the carpeting goes all the way down there. Again, this is under construction, so apologize for the mess. And then the next part of the house, so if you're looking at the living room and the dining rooms behind me here, we move over into the other wing of the house. This is the secondary bathroom. And this was a pink color before, which I'll show you the pictures right after we're done here. But I just have it primed right now. Again, the color's coming out really, really weird. But this is bathroom. It's pretty similar to the other one. Has the same countertops, which are going to replace. And then toilet, bathtub, really not much to speak of there, but here's the photos. The next two rooms you see were absolute nightmares. I was on vacation last week. I literally spent 5 days from Sunday to Thursday in these two rooms that you're about to see, taking wallpaper down. It was just awful, but thankfully I have it done, at least to the point where it's ready to paint. This is my old bedroom growing up, and if you're wondering where this is in relation to everything else, here's the bathroom, here's the kitchen dining room. It is right here, and you can see all of these white marks that are on the walls. They're all spots that I had to spackle up because I was taking the wallpaper down, and I actually bought like this steaming machine at Lowe's, and I took all the wallpaper down, but it left all the backing, so I had to rip all the backing off, which took out a lot of the drywall, and then I had to paste that in with the spackle, wait for it to dry, sand it down. I found more spots. I waited for those to dry, sanded them down. It was a nightmare, so I did that in this room, and then it was like one moment of achievement, and then I got to move over to this room and do the same thing. And you can see it's the same exact situation. All the spots that I did, literally 5 days of my life spent here. I actually called a lady to see if she could come take wallpaper down, but she was busy, so I said, you know what, I want the sense of accomplishment, I'm going to do it myself. And I probably paid dearly for that because it probably would have been less money than what the time that I spent on it, but it's all done, and these are ready to prime and paint. So this is my old bedroom, and then this was like an extra room. Before I moved into the basement, I used this as like my game room, TV room type deal. But I'm going to show you pictures of each of those. So here's the pictures of this one. And here's the pictures of this one. I think the only thing left to show you upstairs here are the closets. I'll show you the ones in the bedroom here. I kind of forgot about this. Each of these closets are fairly decent size, not too bad. It's pretty good for a relatively small bedroom. You got a nice kind of walk-in closet that can come right inside here, and lots of space. And then I'll show you the couple utility closets that are out here. Here's my trusty friend, the shop vac. Definitely came in handy. This is kind of like a coat closet here. This is right in the hallway, so we'll probably keep our coats in there. And then there's a linen closet over here, which there you can kind of see the color a little bit better. It's really coming out kind of bluish. I don't know what's up with this camera, but this is kind of what it looks like inside here to my eyes. And then in here, this is kind of a linen closet, and that's going to be kind of nice to have. And then in the kitchen, nice little pantry area. I think I'm going to have to paint this up. Everything's kind of getting pretty dull. And then I also forgot to show you, if I can squeeze through here, out here, I forgot to show you the closet that's out here too. So there's lots of closet space up here. And then this is still full. I need to take care of this, but there's lots of space out here for cleaning supplies and anything else that you may have. Storage out here, all these cabinets, nice storage up there. The snack bar has storage under here and storage there, and then there's cabinets all up here in the kitchen too. So there's a lot out here. I'm just kind of trying to show you everything and make it as quick as I can, but I think that's pretty much the whole house. I guess one other thing I forgot to mention is exactly what room's going to be what. So this room here, this master bedroom, will be me and Cody's bedroom. And then the ones that I showed you over here, this is going to be Clark's bedroom, which was my old bedroom. And then this is going to be Cody's office right here. So I just wanted to make that clear so you know what's going on. For those of you that are curious about the outdoors and the yard space, I'll take you out here and show you this. We got a nice deck out here. Oh, and it's so much cooler out here. So that's the deck. Again, that's the shed that I showed you a little bit earlier. And then this is the backyard, and it goes all the way down to where that tree line is, all the way down there. And lots of space for me to do stuff. I was thinking about putting the chickens out there somewhere. I'll have a nice garden out there. Pretty much doing everything that I do now, only I'm going to kind of be restarting. If you're still watching after that scattered tour, I thank you for that. I didn't have anything planned. It was kind of just me going through the place. So that's what you end up with. But I kind of want to go over the logic of us moving over here and kind of make sense of it. I know a lot of people love our house, and we do too. It's a unique place, and it's really interesting. But a part of it to me feels like the old owner, the guy I bought it from, it feels like his dream and his vision. He had everything already set up. This place, we are going to make it our own, and that extends from the house all the way out into the backyard. I showed you the huge backyard and all the opportunity that I have out there to make it my own. And of course, that's something that I'll be sharing with you, and all the stuff inside, we're going to be sharing that too. But to get back into the benefits of this place, again, the first thing you saw was that 2-car garage, heated inside. So Cody and I go to work in the morning. There's no scraping the cars off and getting them warmed up and all that. You just pull out and you're ready to drive. Inside, you saw that huge studio that I have, and along with that comes the cable internet that's over here. Where we live right now only has DSL, and I don't know if you've ever uploaded a YouTube video using DSL, but it is terrible, and this is going to make my life completely different, make things a lot easier, and maybe it'll make more videos possible for you to watch. And then you go upstairs and you got this warm, beautiful home. You got Clark. He has his own official bedroom now. Before, he would have had to either take my game room that you know of right now, or he would have been up in the loft in our current house, and that's just not a proper bedroom, and there were some safety issues there too, so we really like the idea of having a bedroom for him. Cody would have her office up here, which is going to be nicer than the office that she has right now. We got a formal dining room, which was great. We're going to put the leaf on our table and get some extra chairs for that, and it's going to look wonderful in there. Kitchen, it's a kitchen. You got 2 full bathrooms, which we currently have, but these bathrooms are much nicer. Our current house needs new windows. This place doesn't need new windows. And there's also financial benefits for us moving too, and that's a big part of it, and I'll share that with you right now. So we'll go inside, I'm going to show you some numbers here. So if you're not a math person, you might want to skip ahead a little bit. Alright, this section of the video is for the nerds, so be ready for this. I did a comparison between our house, which is over here, and my parents' house. So if you look at the top line, that is market value. Our market value, conservatively, is $170,000. We bought our house for $155,000 4 years ago. We've done quite a few improvements. I would probably sell it for $179,000 on the market, but let's just say it sells for $170,000. And this house, when there was a appraisal done in 2012, it was worth $155,000, so it's probably worth more than that. Now, our current mortgage, we refinanced in 2012, and we have a very low interest rate at 3.25%. Our balance on that is $125,000, and we have 27 years left to pay on it. So that's a figure you're going to want to remember, 27 years until we're debt-free. So that leaves me with $45,000 of equity. This house, on the other hand, is worth $155,000, like I mentioned, or possibly more. And there is $85,000 left to pay on it, and then there's 12 years left on the mortgage. It was just a 15-year mortgage my parents refinanced for a lower rate. So there's $70,000 equity here. So you can already see that I have a lot of equity between these two places. So that's where my idea came from, was why don't I take the equity on our house and this monstrous 27-year mortgage, pay that all off, take the $45,000, subtract it from my parents' $85,000 mortgage. You know, once I sell our house and we put it onto this place, that'll leave me with $40,000 left to pay on this. $40,000. So I'd go from, basically right now I technically owe $125,000 and I owe $85,000 because I'm in possession of both these houses. So both of those debts are mine. So we go down here, I would have $40,000 left to pay. The payment right now is $750 a month. That's what the current payment is on the 15-year mortgage. I make 2 payments a month, so that's $1,500. I know that may seem like a lot of money, but being that we are not going to have any other debts, this is definitely something that's doable. So that's $1,500 per month. We'd have this debt-free in less than 3 years, even with interest. Only about $200 a month goes to interest. That second $750 payment, that would be going straight to principal. So I basically take my 27 years that I have left to pay, and I turn this into a 3-year mortgage, and we're completely debt-free. And I don't know, I'm a big fan of Dave Ramsey. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but if you look him up, I would check that out. He's all about being debt-free, and I've been hardcore on that for a long time. We have a lot of money saved, and we're to the point where we can make this happen. So what our plan is to at least live in this house for the next 5 years until Clark starts going to school. And then what we were planning to do is find our next dream home, and then basically move out of here and start renting it out just like we would have anyway. Now, if I would have continued with the original plan of living in our house, we would have had to rent this out for 12 years before we saw any kind of profit at all. And that's a long time to deal with maintenance issues. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here that can go wrong, but to sit on it for 12 years and not make anything and only have liabilities out of it, that's kind of a salty thing to deal with. So in this case, it would be 3 years to be debt-free. We'd have at least 2 years, at the very least, to get to the point where we have enough money to saved up that we can either put a monstrous down payment on another house, or we just save up completely and pay cash for a house, which would be awesome. But that is the plan. Maybe we'll live here forever. Maybe we'll live here 5 years, 10 years. Who knows what's going to happen? But we do want to get Clark in the same school district as Cody because she's a teacher, and that would just be kind of cool to have it, kind of have them together. I think that pretty much wraps everything up. I think I covered everything that I want to cover. I think you have the full story, you got all the benefits, you have the financials, you got everything. So you can expect a lot of videos coming from over here because I'm going to start documenting now that we're going to be living here and this is a part of my journey. We're going to be documenting everything that we do over here. So if you don't like home improvement videos, you're probably going to want to stay away for a little while. But I'm going to be working hard to get this place done by the time that Cody goes back to school, which is the middle to end of August. We're going to have this place ready and we're going to be moved in here. So about 2 months from now, this place is going to be completely ready to go, and this is where all of our future videos are going to take place, and it's going to be quite a challenge, but this is just the next step of our journey, and we're happy to have you along. So I'll see you in the next video.